Now, you can use the autopilot fairly safely, but it will crash you straight into the planet if you rely on it. I don't know why it does that weird turning around thing. It will crash you into the planet if you rely on it beyond a certain point. So just below 2 AU, I'm going to set it to manual control, aim slightly off center, and start to reduce my speed down to 1000 kms. Now, as you can see, I'll lower the time a bit there. We're going to overshoot probably. So one thing you can do is turn your ship around, and it will use your ship's forward thrusters to slow down your to slow you down even more, since the forward thrusters have more power. This is actually what real spaceships do, like the space shuttle, when they're moving back towards Earth. Now, actually, I have almost completely nullified my velocity there. So, let's get this down, in fact, up again. But it's worth being careful with stuff like this. You don't want to overshoot and waste fuel or crash into the planet. Generally, the slower you are, the safer you are. But that's why the Star Dream is here. So, see, now if you're moving slowly enough, you can pretty much guarantee that your velocity indicator will follow the nose of your ship. Moving at a relatively slow 700 kms, we can get quite fine control at level 4 Star Dreamer and approach fairly safely. Now you can start to see the shape of the planet, and I'm going to slow down some more to about 50 kms. We may overshoot this time. Don't worry about the rings, you can't actually impact them, even though if you were to fly through those rings you'd probably be cut to pieces, because they're made of small pieces of rock and ice. Now I'm going to do this again. I'm going to turn around. I'm facing towards that, but remember I'm thrusting away from it, so we're safe enough, I think. Now, I should save, actually. Should have saved already, but oh well. I'm sure we'll be fine. Now, oh dear. Where is our velocity indicator? Oh dear, we're pointing right at the planet. This is not too good. Okay. I think we'll be okay though. Just keep thrusting. No. We're getting close. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh! We've entered the atmosphere. The fuel scoops are working. Fortunately our velocity isn't too high. Let's just wait for that to fill up and then leave, hopefully. Now you see our velocity is reducing. Oh, now you can see we're quite far from the visible edge of the atmosphere, and our altitude is indicated at 0 meters because we're basically, this thing has no surface, it's all gas. But our velocity is starting to get down to 0, and then it will start to move back up, and we'll be able to get out of the atmosphere and into hyperspace. So that was close, but we made it. And we scooped some fuel, which is quite fun. Now this allows you to explore as far as you want into the Elite universe, even beyond the reach of the star bases. You don't have to rely on anyone, just your own ship and your fuel scoop. Of course, without servicing, your ship will eventually fail, but you know, there's probably a few dead husks of spaceships floating out there in the distant reaches of the frontier. So let's just speed up time a bit and get out of the atmosphere. Hopefully. There we go. And look at that. Isn't that nice? View of the moon and the atmosphere. I mean the rings. The rings are kind of like a distributed moon. That is cool. Anyway, let's hyperspace to Capella. And save. So let's just take a look at this system. Capella is another real star system, with 4 stars including the brown dwarfs. Together these form a single point of light in our sky, making it the 3rd brightest in the northern hemisphere. So now we're about halfway through our journey. What lies ahead includes the real stars Pollux and Regulus. Then we proceed to a strange system called Zayex, where slavery is legal, but the trading of live animals, animal meat and even synthetic meat is illegal. Could this be the home of the 33rd century equivalent of Peter? After that we will enter the Imperial systems and finally reach Achenar, the homeworld of the Empire. A political power opposed to the Federation, which is your typical evil empire with legalized slavery and an oppressive militarized government. But we're taking this trip to see the sights, so here's a summary of what we've seen and what lies ahead. And then we'll conclude in the system of Achenar. So there we have it for this long delayed and indeed long episode of Frontier Fundamentals. I hope I've managed to share some of the wonder of exploration this game can provide. Even today it manages to get to me. I can only imagine what the new Elite game will hold in store. Once again I recommend checking out the Kickstarter. There is still time remaining at the time of this video's release. Anyway, that concludes this episode. In the next episode I'm going to cover assassinations. These require a relatively good elite rating. Thanks to several pirate-filled systems, I'm now up to above average, which is good enough for many assassination contracts. I will endeavour to ensure that the next episode doesn't take so long. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you out there.